Ready for the sink and the kitchen sink? Ready to put it in the kitchen sink with the old bowl of cereal you left there 3 days ago, and now the milk has turned into like a sludge with your honeycomb. Howdy gamers, I need your help. Today I'm putting out a request to all artists out there, especially maybe like 3D modelers, but we'll get to that in a sec. What we're gonna be covering is something I just recently uncovered from my high school days when I was even more Kingdom Hearts obsessed. That being, I created my own Keyblades. I know, you may laugh. Much like old Rusty up here. They suck. Let me know what you think about just playing Kingdom Hearts footage in the background. Sorry for the glare. It is the middle of the day and I don't have a curtain yet. And I lost track of what I was talking about. As I was going through storage with my mom and she was cleaning out her storage or whatever, I just found my old like little box I kept all my just like stuff in high school, just under my bed. Stuff like memento stuff, but like before I really like collected things, but like just stuff I liked, just kept it under my bed and ended up in storage. And believe it or not, I used to draw. And I wouldn't say I used to draw. I really just would find a piece of art on the internet and kind of just copy it. I wouldn't like put a piece of paper over it and like trace it or anything, but I would copy it. I don't know if that's also considered tracing. Like I didn't like sell any of this stuff. It was just, I just wanted to draw and I would say, oh, that's cool. And then I would kind of just copy it. And then I would just like post on Facebook or whatever and be like, cool, I drew this, like practicing my skills. And then kind of like, I just never got the hand drawing down like from like my own brain like very well. I could copy stuff really well, but I couldn't draw very well. So that being said, oh my god, indigestion. When I was like 13 or 14, I drew my own Keyblades for things I thought were awesome. They weren't. Spoilers. We will go through them and you will be the judge of which one is the best. And I'm putting out a call to all like artists, like 3D modelers. If you want to like make these designs better, go for it. No pressure. But I want to see these turned into something cool. And like, feel free to take them away from me. I don't care. I don't own these. I guess I own them, but I don't care. As like a template maybe. But we'll get into that because they're terrible. And we're going to cringe at young Nick's drawings. Good God, that was like 20 something years ago. Holy maloli. Before we get into it, if you actually want to see 13-year-old me talk about these on YouTube, you can go to this channel. I thought it had died and burnt in a fire, but there's a house burning video on it if you want to watch it. Jesus Christ. I don't know. Here we go. First up, Fantasia. So as you can see, it's not very good. I think I spelled Fantasia wrong, and my handwriting hasn't improved. I tried to do like I guess a chain and the Mickey head. I remember specifically I got a cup that was two sides. Like I would do the opening of the cup where you drink out of it and the bottom of the cup. I'm trying to like do this, look in one camera while pointing at it in the other. I was very proud of it as a 13-year-old. I don't know why I made the tip of the Keyblade like the little hat. I don't know why I didn't make this the hat. I guess this is like a wand? No, these are the brooms. I think these were the brooms. I think. Not bad for a 13-year-old. Come on now. Next, just Kingdom Hearts. It looks like King Damn Nerds. King Damn Nerds. These King Damn Nerds. This that give me play the King Damn Nerds. I guess I just tried to go all hearts and did like a more swoopy, swirly design. Like, I feel like these are a lot more simplistic, because when the time I made these, the only games that were out, I don't even think Birth by Sleep, or it was like, that's Birth by Sleep, Recoded, and what was the third one that all got announced at the same time? Because I remember that was a big deal for me. Why am I drawing a huge blank? There's a third one. Recoded, Birth by Sleep, oh, 358/2, like the best mobile one, or the best portable one, I should say. Other than Birth by Sleep, which is okay. I made these before those games were even out. So I'm going based off, I guess, the Kingdom Hearts 2 and 1 vibe, where the Keyblade designs, I feel like were a lot more simplified and a lot more grounded and just like simple shapes and simple ideas, kinda. And then they got a lot more elaborate. Like, again, I'm bringing up young Xehanort's Keyblade. That's the GOAT Keyblade, my favorite design. judge how you want. Like, as far as like Keyblade aesthetics go, I freaking love it. I love time shit, and I love laser shit, and this shit is just time lasers. It's time lasers. Oh god. You ready? Ultima Nert. This is the Ultima Nert, or Ultima Heart. I'm not kidding. This is exactly the same as my handwriting is nowadays. It's awful. And I definitely was inspired by the KH1 Ultima weapon. I love the design of the Ultima weapons, and I know they always go for that blue aesthetic, at least for the majority of the games, except for one, which is a lot more orange, like this one, which is definitely what I was inspired by, because I've really grown to love the way the KH1 Ultima weapon looks. The orange, it's very much like a sword inside. I'm doing this based off memory. And it's a lot more like slim, I guess. It's not just like a big fat chunk of wires. It's like chicken wire just slapped onto each side, which is kind of how the KH2 one is. I think the Ultima weapon in Birth by Sleep is a little more like a mix of both, but it's more blue, but like the design is more like KH1. If my memory serves me, my editing self will probably prove me wrong. Am I going to? But I love the orange design, and I like how they went back to like the silver red in KH3. KH3 and KH1 Ultima weapons are my favorite of the Ultima weapons. KH2, you got Fenrir. There's Fenrir, so I'm sorry, you're not the Ultima weapon when Fenrir exists. Come on now, do better. KH2 Ultima weapon, do better. I'm just baffled at like how. I mean, I even think back then, I didn't think these were that great. I think I was going to draw these, put these into Photoshop, scan them into Photoshop, and then kind of like do it better. But then I just didn't, because I didn't care enough, because I was 13 and had a puberty to go through. Here we go. Star Chain. Or Star Chair. Star Chain? Star Chair. Is that how you spell chain? And now I'm second guessing. Is that how you spell chain? I'm extremely dyslexic, so you can't make fun of me if I spelled it wrong. I'll tell your mom. Tinkerbell vibes from this one. Can't you tell? I really love that I really tried to do the star freehand. Like, what the f is that? I like the star, like, themed chain here. That's cool. And then the green inside the star, like an emerald maybe, like a gem. I don't know what, I probably should have done something inside the sword, but I was thinking more like a white glowing sword with like a star chain. Probably not a green handle, I'd go black now. Like more of a Kingdom Key Tinkerbell aesthetic. I see where the vision was. Again, someone else needs to deliver the full vision. If you want, again, no pressure, but I'm putting these out here as a template for someone to actually make into real art. Here we go. Here we go. Here's the big boy. This is the whole reason I started drawing these back in the day. This really sparks a memory. I drew this first, and I always just opened up my sketchbook and just drew on a random page, which I know is like an abomination to some people and would be to me nowadays, now that my ADHD is in full force. But this one I actually spent time and designed. Crystal Groudon. Or is that how you spell guardian? Oh god, I was so off. Guardian. This is just Garden. Like a garden. It's just garden. Crystal Garden. Like Radiant Garden, but I spelled garden like a wait, did I do that on purpose? Yeah, I spelled it. It was Crystal Garden, not Crystal Guardian. Jesus. It's Crystal Garden, spelled with like a guard, and then Garden. I don't know why I did that. I would just say the garden, like Radiant Garden, I guess. This guy is definitely modeled after, what's his name? Not Vexen, Lexius? Yeah, Lexius, whatever you want to call him. I loved this, like, half, like, opening, grabby thing. I know, like, this is the actual sword part. I know Donald and Kingdom Hearts, 2 Final Mix version only, he gets a wand that looks like this, and I was so jealous because I loved I like the giant swords, like Cloud, Buster Sword, giant swords. You gotta love it. You gotta love it, right? You're gonna nut in your pants because you gotta love it. But that's what I designed it after, and I really wanted them to do like a half Keyblade, like a half hilt, what's it called? Like a guard, half, like a hilt guard, holder, a grippy guard. Like, you know, in the Master Sword, for Zelda, it has the little wings, like, protect your hand. Like, I wanted, like, a half thing. Ventus, like, what his Keyblade, to kind of hold it backwards, it kind of was like this. Instead of, like, just a one spiky thing, I did a double one, which I think is counterintuitive for a Keyblade, because that one doesn't look like a key. I'd say, and then this is a laser. or like a beam that sprouted crystals. Very much Cave of Remembrance-esque. Best area, best music in Kingdom Hearts, mind you. So if you can do this, I will like it very much. Again, I'm putting these out there because I don't care what you do with them. Sell them, make money off of them, go for it. I'd be more than happy to see it. So this is before they introduced time travel. Time key. Easy peasy. Controls time. I've definitely thought it would give you like a Stopza, like, buff. This is before young Xehanort and time travel were introduced. And I was like, let's make it look like Fenrir because I love Fenrir. It just looks like a giant, like, normal key. This one is kind of bleh. So, ew. Okay, so this one's definitely based off of, like, that really useless one in Kingdom Hearts 2. Again, I drew all these when Kingdom Hearts 2 was, like, the only, like, major Kingdom Hearts game out. And, the other three mid games. I mean, they are mid. This is, Nothingness. I love the Nobodies more than the Heartless. I wanted to do it after the Nobody symbol. I don't know what symbol this is supposed to be. Maybe, like, I think it's supposed to be the Nobody symbol, but it kind of sucks. This one sucks. This one sucks. We're moving on. Got two more for you. Again, they're kind of going down in quality a little bit. This one, I was definitely very lazy, but I had an idea and just wanted to make sure I got it down. What the f did I write? Psychic Beam! Psychic Beam? I'm honestly kind of embarrassed at myself because this is Psychic Beam. Writing it down, I probably wrote Psychic Beam. But again, I have very extreme dyslexia. So I thought there was a C, or however you spell psychic, but I still don't know how to spell it. This is an abomination. It's an oval. I didn't even try. What's on the end of it? What is that? It's just a ball of fuzz. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm honestly just mad at myself. All right, this one clearly stole its name from another franchise called Halo. Energy Sword. I do like the keychain's a little sword. And I know a lot of people mix like Zelda stuff and Kingdom Hearts stuff because they're both action RPGs, which is cool. And I've seen really cool like Master Sword Keyblades. This is not an energy sword from Halo because I remember telling myself I can't make it look like an energy sword from Halo because that's in Halo. That's already a very iconic weapon in the gaming sphere, or honestly just like in just the cultural zeitgeist, or Zeitgeist, the podcast I make with my friend Greg. It is a comedy conspiracy podcast where we just bullshit about conspiracy theories. Our latest one is my current series on aliens, where we talk about the reptilians and how they built the moon and control your soul. So watch that if you are into that stuff, and we just make fun of it. So Energy Sword. You can see you've got like the zippy zaps. You got the zippy zaps around it, and then you've got all of just this shit. And why would I hold it sideways? It's a lot more like structured and a lot more like planning went into this one. I remember I used a ruler for this to actually make the shapes like more uniform and actually look like a real thing you would use. I like that the beam comes out of this square, but at the same time you wouldn't hold it like that. Very impractical weapon, but then again, you are fighting with a giant key. How practical can it be? These have been my childhood drawings of Keyblades that are disgusting, and honestly, the spelling made me upset because I didn't realize that Psychic Beam was spelled wrong because I just knew when I write, like I think faster than I write. So typically when I'm writing like a long paper or I have to write a script or something, I will use text or speech to text. So I can just talk and get out everything I'm thinking, because if I'm typing, if I'm typing or writing, it's not going to show up on the paper as much as fast as I'm thinking it, and I'm going to forget, or it's going to change, and I'm going to not remember what I was writing about, and my whole train of thought is just going to fall apart. And that sucks, and nobody likes that, especially when you're writing essays for college at like right before it's due, and I'm typing and before like really good speech dictation stuff was out. Anyway, that's why I do that. And so when I wrote that down, I definitely was just thinking Psychic Beam, Psychic Beam, Psychic Beam, Psychic Beam. And I thought I wrote the whole word, or I just did my best guess. I was not a good speller. This is why I did not compete in the spelling bee. I am a joke to society. But yeah, that is my calling. That is my call to the artists of the world, the better artists than I. If you are interested in doing that, you can DM me, I guess, on I guess leave a comment and I'll reach out, since the subscriber base is still tiny at the moment, which is fine. Reach out and I can give you like a scan or like a picture of it, but just go nuts. And I don't care if you sell it or like want to just do it for your own benefit. Go for it. I don't care. Like, I honestly, I would be a happy, I'd be a happy dad if I'd be a proud father if I saw this crappy artwork I did turned into something beautiful. And that's all I can ever ask of my children who watch this. If you are my child watching this, you shouldn't be, because you're too young still. Please please do it. It'd make my freaking year to see somebody do that. And I guess I'm begging. Is this begging? Is this millennial begging? Yes, I am. I'm not begging for money. I'm begging for attention. I am a Leo, so that means I am an asshole. This is fun. As a millennial, I am required by law to live off of nostalgia. So this is why I am always locked in this room. If it is a Tuesday while you're watching this, happy Tuesday. And I will see you in the next video I make when I make it, because I am a busy man. Very busy. Okay, bye.